joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
Couldn't help myself.
Nice.
I had to fake some people out with the auction, which did not happen because we didn't have enough participants. So we'll try again next month. That's what happened.
Yeah, it's summer. What do you want?
And then also the 15th was the ACA and Cataclysm. What did they call that? It was the something plate. Combo plate is what they called it. And I got to see some pictures, and I got to tell you, they had a pretty good deal, and I liked some of their awards was an actual plate. They had the logos and stuff on it. It was pretty neat.
Nice. I was watching Keith's stream from the bitches auction. Not quite as much fun as when we were there last year. It wasn't as full.
Yeah.
It was. I was shocked at how empty the room was compared to last year.
Man, if they have it again, the East Coast crowd's going to have to show up next year.
If it wasn't almost a 24-hour drive for me, I would have gone, but no.
Yeah, that's the plane ticket kind of place, man.
Yeah.
And
the way the planes are running now, who the hell wants to get on one?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm scared. Just make a 6-dayer out of it. Go for a drive one day, and it'd be fun.
I think I'd rather show up at like a smaller airport and say, like, "Hey, man, how much would it cost you to fly me out there?"
Well, today they had 1,000 flights canceled today.
Wow, really?
1,000 flights
because of the weather, I'm guessing.
Wow. Also, you name the reason, the airlines will come up with it.
Oh. Well, we had some crazy storms out here.
Yeah, it was a crazy few days with the weather. All right, let's get to it. Our special guest tonight, Snoochie-Booch.
What's happening, fellas?
Co-hosting tonight with me is Depths Unknown, Yo Paulie, and Vinay should be showing up. He may be having issues with his computer, but we'll see what happens. If he shows up,
nice.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And if you look at your bottom of your chat, I did do it. I monetized it.
Oh, snap. Look at this.
So they kept their word, which was pretty good. I didn't believe it until I got the email. I was like, yeah, okay. I'll believe it when I see it.
Nice. That's cool. Congrats, man.
Thank you. So if there's other ways you want to support the auction when we do the auction, that'll be great too. I'll bring that up at our next auction because there's some stuff that we're going to do at the, what do you want to call it, the final episode?
The final episode? That sounds pretty like, this is the end.
You going to stop doing the auction?
Okay, not that word. End of season.
Season finale.
See, it does work.
There we go. Let me be your first super chat.
Well, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Let me ask you about the auction as far as if you wanted to get in on it. If you haven't shipped fish before, but you have ordered, hundreds of orders, I have boxes put aside, and I'd like to try to see shipping fish and see how it goes overnight. You know what I mean?
Skipper, your buddy Eduardo.
Yeah, he
hit you with $10, and TJ Autocross did a $9.99.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Just know that you're all.
It doesn't get you in his good graces, so just so you know.
Yeah, I can't see the chat, so if anybody's asking or something.
I got some questions for you.
If there's any questions, I'll bring them up. But what you were just asking, my advice would be to ship first to somebody that you know.
Give it a shot.
Before you have somebody buying it.
All right.
What fish
Like
were
experiment.
you keeping or whatever that you'd be shipping?
I have I bought a pair of Super Reds from Portland with the wet spot, and they had a no the Super Red pistogramma.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they dropped. I counted somewhere between 25 and 30, maybe. And they're feeding on nano fiber bites, live and frozen stuff.
Right.
So they're ready to go. And I kind of called around to my local stores and seeing who wants them and kind of what I can do with them. And I guess the best offer I got was $2 a piece for them.
Yeah.
But they're pretty. There's a lot of
know?
color in them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a couple tanks empty right now. I'm gonna move them into and probably keep a couple choice ones, and then I'll just run them over there and maybe get some hardscape from them or something.
I was talking to a guy I know that does a lot of breeding of angels, and he said the best advice. He's like, just show up with the store with a bag of fish.
Yep.
He's like, that's my best advice. Don't call, don't whatever, don't let them know you're coming. Just whatever, show up and see if you can work something out right there on the spot. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna see the fish in their hand.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
How big are they right now?
They're about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an
All
inch.
right. Are they showing color?
Yeah, here I'll show them real quick. Let me switch this camera over.
Nice.
And
while you're switching, I'm gonna give a thank you to Mark Sterelson for the $5 super chat. He says he's lurking. That's Aussie $5. That is.
So it's $2.50.
Those are called dollary dues.
Dollary dues. That's funny. Yeah, you're right, Eduardo. She took probably one of the nicest ones they had.
Yes, Eduardo got the fish, the angels from the same Mike's Bulgarian Greens. Man, he has some stunning fish. Stunning.
You know he's going to come back in, right?
Oh yeah, he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
He knocks at the door.
He knocks at the door.
At least he's polite.
Well, sometimes. You see that head? Sometimes he just batters the door.
It's like a little ram.
That's it.
Yeah, there's
quite a few babies.
Yeah, they are. That's Mama right there.
Yeah.
So
the yellow one, yellowish.
Snooch, what I would recommend.
There's the male there.
Once they start showing some more color, bring them into a shop.
All right.
You want to be able to show them how many males and females because the males are the ones that sell.
Yeah,
and not a big box store because I don't think they can do anything.
No, but if you got a decent LFS, I did. The one down by me, I asked him what he was interested in. One time I was in there, and then they showed up a couple of weeks later with some stuff I wanted to get rid of, and he took all of it, and I got a good number on it. So
nice. Yeah, this
came back in.
This rack here's got a couple 3 gallons shrimp tanks. There's some CPDs in there, but they're blue
okay,
tiger.
So you got what else? You keeping pistos, shrimp, and CPDs?
In this particular one, I got one angel fish that kind of just been moving around my fish room. He's about to go into a 75-gallon. I just planted yesterday.
And is that tree?
But I got
is that real? That plant?
No, that's that bonsai that I planted with the Nubius Nana Petite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Nubius is real, right? That's live.
Yeah. I have. Thank you. Yeah, I ordered from 3 different vendors, and kind of just to fill that tree. And
yeah, it looks good, man.
I had some rot. I had probably 20% rot come in, so there was a lot of throwing away a lot of the stuff. But I wanted to try it and see how it worked out. But there's yellow neos in here that have a bunch of babies, man. So I don't know if you can see. Here's the food, but they're not. The babies aren't very colored up, but it seems like all my shrimp tanks have babies, and I got black fancy tigers too that are I'm overrun too. I was gonna maybe try sending some of those out, but I'm running a 207 on this 20 high, and in here is 10 black neon tetras, that one angel, and the pair of pistograms, and a pair of samurai grammies. That if I can find them. Oh, there's one. Yeah, there's one male, one female. The male is really pretty. Here he is.
They're probably freaking
So-
out, like knowing they can't get anywhere near the bottom of that tank because of the babies.
Where did he go?
I see him. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody stays up top, and it's time to empty this tank. I know it's overcrowded, but I've been checking parameters, and I don't even, I change water on it probably once a week, but I don't really have to.
There's
it doesn't get too
there's not
crazy.
a high bioload in that tank. Believe me.
No.
No.
No,
No,
and I got
probably all right.
I'm running a UV sterilizer on the 207, and these are just 2 sponge filters with the USB light,
So
yeah.
Snooch, that middle tank, what were those shrimp that had that like black with white eyes? It looked like.
Those are orange eye blue tigers from the Garden of Eden.
Orange Eye Blues.
What size is
Yeah.
that tank?
3 gallons. It's 18 inches by 6 by 6. It's
Oh, wow.
made by Aquarium Masters, and the only place you can buy them is at the retail store Aquarium Co-op. You can't order them online. I tried, man. I googled everywhere, but it looks a lot bigger,
Yeah,
but
it does.
it fits a nano
So you said Aquarium
Switch
Co-op
filter.
is the only place you can
Yep.
get them at
Yep.
their store.
at the retail store. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's
I'm guessing you made a trek out there for that.
Yeah, I just actually went out there again, but we stayed at a lodge and did the tourist thing with the kids, and then tried to make our way over there. And man, the traffic was so bad, dude, that we were halfway to Seattle, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just go home. Let's just drive back to Montana. Screw this. These people can have it. I don't want to shoot this anymore.
Yeah,
So
right.
we never made it to the retail store for the second time, but that was the whole point in going there. It was kind of a bummer, but either way. And I got a spray bar kit on the 207, so it's just perfect amount of flow. And then I got this guy plugged into a USB air pump, so if the power goes out, I can still keep it going, But and then I'll show you. I just set up this. This is I don't know if you can hear me. This is my this deal here. I just planted this yesterday or Friday actually, and I'm going to set it up as a discus tank. I'm going to order from Paul Sotero. Turned me on to that Sticker Discus USA. I'm going to go with German Wonders. We'll
I thought you were gonna
see.
say you're gonna order from Paul Sotero. I'm like, damn.
No, I'm not
what's he
selling discus.
What's
So
he selling?
No. Now,
So
Snooch,
I like
is your
that
water
yin and
hard?
yang thing.
it is.
Okay.
And not too hard, not crazy hard, but I want to say around 7 and 11 or 6 and 13, something like that.
Okay.
But these are.
Beautiful.
This is running at 85 degrees. I kind of set it up where it's got a motion light in there, and I just redid my floor, so I took some of the flooring and got some like desk grommets to run the wires.
Mm-hmm.
You got the heater controller, the Helix, that's controlling 200 waters, and they're covered by the Universal Rocks heater covers. There's 12 different stacking rocks from Universal Rocks in there, and 3 pieces of mistwood from them.
So
And the FX.
how long did it take for them to send you
Oh,
rocks?
shoot.
Because I hear horror stories about that.
I was just a normal 10 to 14 days or something. It wasn't too bad, and they gave me a veterans discount, which was like 5%. And,
Nice.
I can't complain about them. I've had them for like 3 years now, and I just decided, I've been waiting to put this tank up. Dude, I bought this tank in 2017, and it's finally up. I've been to the just kind of hesitant putting up a bunch of little tanks, getting squared away and learning water parameters and
What
over
is
the
that,
years.
75?
It is. I got this tank for $30, man, at Petco, brand new. I had brought my dog to a training thing, dog school, and they gave me store credit, so I picked this guy up. It was on sale. I had half off or whatever, and it turned out.
You.
Yeah.
Is that a 55?
No, it's a 75.
Oh man, that's nice.
Acqueon.
Heck yeah.
And I bought this on clearance for $75, I guess. And then the FX4 I got on like a Black Friday, brand new at PetSmart. It was ridiculously inexpensive, man. So over the years, I've just been piecing this together on discounted rates over and over. And then they came out with the FX series spray bar, the bigger one. So I threw that on there. And all these plants I Googled and read, and they should tolerate up to 85. That's this Blix japonica Robin. This said it was going to go up to, I believe it was 90 degrees, but I don't know if I know anybody that's kept it up that like that. So we'll see. And I ordered from 3 different vendors. Dustin's Fish Tanks came through with a lot of the stuff for me.
Yeah, Dustin's a solid guy, man. I gotta tell you that.
Yeah, his stuff is really nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that is Pygmy Chainsword from Aquarium Co-op.
Okay.
And there is some Dwarf Sage, a little bit bigger stuff there.
That'll work. Also, I have, if you can get your hands on Bomba, that handles hot water.
Awesome.
Java Fern and Anubius will take hot discus water temps too.
I couldn't get Kambaba Aquatica. They were out, and the stuff they did have wasn't up to their standards. So I replaced it with the Parrot Feather that I got it written down. Myriophyllum aquaticum Parrot Feather.
Mm-hmm.
And Buse Plant had that, as well as some tissue culture of the Eriocalum Scenarium. So yeah, so there's a couple of those in there.
Yeah.
The tissue culture, it was kind of hard to plant into the stratum, but I should have dry started that first and gave it a couple.
And then your crypts will do well in the hot water too.
Yep, there's some lutea in there and Balinese,
I know what you're talking about.
In the back there should be real tall and crinkly, so some coronata in the back there. So it should be pretty sweet. I hope everything makes it. I'm going to try it and see if it tolerates the temperatures, and if not, whatever, But I'm going to just give it a shot and see once this cycles up, and should be
So
cool.
you're running
This is kind of
CO2 in that tank?
I am.
Okay.
Yep, it's an SR Aquaristic.
Aquarius, yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
What. I don't know brands, but yeah.
Yeah, the Aquaristic.
Aquarius.
Yeah.
Aquaristic. I don't know. Dude, that's a hard word.
I found this 23-gallon Slim Jim. It's called the Rubbermaid bin, and it comes in so much handier for water changes, man.
Wow.
Sweet. Yeah, it's I don't know the size of my hand.
You said it was 23? So
23 gallons, yeah. It's called the 23-gallon Slim Jim container.
Yeah, they use them in restaurants a lot.
Yeah.
Man, I think it's sweet, dude. It was like $29 at Home Depot.
In kitchens, not in the
You
restaurant.
got wheels on those things?
No, it didn't come with a lid either. It was the only one they had. Maybe it does, and they just lost it or whatever. But
So, Snooch, how many discus you going to start with?
I'm gonna put one angel in here with them, so I was thinking a group of 6, maybe 7.
Okay, now I'm not here to spend your money, but put as many in at the same time as possible. And because you're new to discus, buy the biggest ones you can afford.
Okay.
Like the 2.5-inch ones, they're still kind of juvenile, and they're a little bit harder to keep. Once they get to about 3.5 inches, you got a better chance of survival with them, especially because you're first starting out.
Nice.
So you find they're delicate, the juvie, the whatever, when they're young, they're delicate? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they can be. And especially if you're first starting out, Doc, send Snoot some of your wild discus, Doc.
So I I found an extra large cat litter pan at Walmart, and it fits perfectly in this Aqueon stand down there. And it's I don't know, maybe 4-5 inches deep. So if I ever do spring a leak, hopefully I can catch it.
Yeah, at least minimize it. Yeah. Holy cow.
But it fits perfect in there, and I got a 48-inch Full 3.0. I thought about putting a co-op light on there, but
wow, you decked this
We'll
thing
see.
out. You got the CO2, the planted tank light.
Thanks, man.
It looks
I'm
good.
pretty
I like the
stoked about
light and dark, man.
Thank you.
That's
The two forces at work in the world, man.
I tried to hide all the equipment, but so far I don't have any errors on the
No, it
flow
looks
for the controller.
That's
it's just
a yin and yang tank.
That's it. Balancing the force.
Thanks, guys. We'll see what happens, man.
Now, I can't wait to see fish in that.
Yeah, that's gonna look great. When are you getting the fish? Like once?
I'm gonna probably get it before the winter. Probably in the fall sometime.
Okay.
Before it gets too crazy
you're just
cold.
Kind of getting the tank grown in whatever season.
Yep.
Best way to do discus, put them in an established tank.
Are you doing the Angel first to get that? I don't know what you got for a cycle going there, other than the plants.
Whatever. I'm just using stability in it for now. I'm in no rush, man. Like I said,
No, I know. Yeah, I was just wondering if you're gonna put the Angel in first and.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it maybe 2-3 more weeks and then just check my levels. And once I'm good, man, I'm gonna drop them in there. I don't think it's gonna take that long. Maybe 7 days. From my past experience with stability, you start reading good about the 8th day into it, and that's when I'm usually feel comfortable about.
So stability is one of those. It's like one of those beneficial bacteria products. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're adding that to the tank before anything is in there, right?
Yep.
You just have plants or whatever, and then when you feel or whenever the numbers read good, then you're.
Yep. Right now, I'm just watching my nitrates and dosing fertilizers.
So who makes the stability?
At CCAM.
CCAM. Okay.
Yep.
CCAM.
Over at PetSmart, they got a pretty good deal.
Okay. I use the API Quick Start.
Okay.
And I did on that 75 that I set up for. It's no longer behind me. My puppies are on the other side of the wall. I miss them. I'm gonna have to get this moved soon because I don't like not having them behind me. But I noticed what it said to do with that was whenever you did a water change, add something to it. It helps that cycle keep going. I don't know about stability though.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
in the past
or something in there to try to get it cycled.
This tank's been running quite a while now. I'm gonna end up taking those sponge filters out of there and squeezing them in there, But I'm in a race for the winter. Once it gets too cold here, you can't really. Some people don't even ship here. Like Dustin's fish tanks, they shut their shipping down a month after. So
where are you anyway? By the way,
I'm in Great Falls. It's by the Air Force Base and dead smack in the middle of the state, pretty much. But
Great Falls. That's Minnesota.
No, Montana.
Montana.
So
Montana.
I'm
Sorry.
the same
My
distance,
geography
pretty
sucks.
much. The same distance in between the two national parks, Yellowstone and Glacier.
Okay, so that you're out there, basically.
Yeah, I was just down at Yellowstone yesterday visiting some friends. Had lunch down there, and man, it's just crazy with the tourists. It's a different place this time of year.
Yeah, this is the time of year to go, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's no locals anywhere. It's crazy.
But the best time to live there is the winter.
Yeah, they've literally shut it down, and everybody travels by snowmobile. So in the bars and stuff, you just see all the snowmobiles. But the street lights are shut off, and it's pretty quiet down there.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, off season is definitely the way to go. Snowshoes, and it's a good time.
So your water is kind of harder out there in Montana?
It is. It's good though. It's got 1 parts per million phosphate. And it's depending on the time of year. Last time I checked was probably 2 years ago. and I was getting really kind of thinking about sending it out at a lab to get it like really analyzed.
Yeah.
ERS has them kits, and I never did it, but I'm wondering if I got a couple tanks upstairs that I'm struggling with algae real bad, and everything seems okay. I'm kind of chalking it out to a new tank. It's not a season. It's not a year old yet.
Yeah.
So,
One more thing on the discus, Snooch. See if they do, for lack of a better word, variety packs. They'll do like you buy a group. You don't pick what he sends you, but you can pick. I think they do
Okay.
2.5 and 3.5 inch fish. They discount them.
okay.
So if starting out and you don't really care what he sends you per se, take a look at that, and also look at Myrtle Beach discus because that's where I get mine from.
Okay.
The good prices there.
Okay.
I was just gonna ask where you thought you were gonna get them from.
Yeah, Stendiker is now super cichlids.
They changed it.
Yeah, it's whatchamacallit. It's not Discus Hans anymore. Something happened. They were supposed to go into partnership with each other, and it didn't work out. Now Hans is bringing in Asiatics,
Okay.
so Asiatic bred stuff. So
That's
if-
the
That's
Asian
just
stuff?
discus bred in Asia, is what you mean?
yeah, because like the ones I get from Myrtle Beach, he's a direct importer. They all come from like Thailand and Malaysia.
All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So-
I've been dreaming about them and just get the nerve up to do it, But finally, I feel confident enough where I got to figure it out, and I shouldn't have too much of a problem. But whatever, that's part of it, right? Is learning
Yeah.
mistakes. It's kind of like part of it.
That's it,
And they
man.
like flow. Don't let anybody tell you different. They like flow.
Okay.
They play in the circuit.
I don't know why people would not think that. I mean, literally, they're kind of like angels, right? I
They're
mean, they
river
have
fish.
these giant fins for a reason.
They're river fish.
You know, they're
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Those fins are not there for show. You know what I mean? They're there
You
for
know.
a reason.
They
Yeah.
like a decent. When they want to, just make sure you got a spot in a tank where it's kind of cool, calm. So this way, if they're tired of swimming around, they go there and they hang out, and then they go back
Yeah.
out in the flow.
I got you.
But I have a
I
certain,
think a lot of fish are like
an
that,
aerator,
actually.
whatever the hell you call them, a wave maker in there, and they go in there and they swim in it.
Nice.
That's
I used to put my
that's pretty cool.
powerhead wave makers, whatever, on some tanks. I put them on timers, like the little mechanical timers,
Nice.
just to give it like an on off, so they had like a moment where they could swim. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like
Yeah.
constant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
my
good.
casa.
If you got like a small tank that you can't get like a calm spot, you could always give them like a.
And the other thing is because those tanks the tank is hot, it doesn't hold as much oxygen. So the more agitation you get in that water, the better it is for keeping the water oxygenated. Because when you're
All right.
talking 80, I keep mine about 84.
Okay.
It's not as oxygenated as the tanks I keep at 75 or
All right.
10 degrees colder.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, I wonder, does that hold true for the same thing with carbon? Carbon dioxide? Does it hold less carbon dioxide the warmer it is? I guess it would. It would have to, right? Because the
Yeah.
water's less dense.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. It just doesn't hold the gas. It off gases really quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So
That physics checks out.
I'm sorry I can't see the chat, man. I wish I was on it. But normally I would have a separate device just to watch that. But my old lady's got her phone with her. So.
Yeah, if on that note, if anybody has any questions for Snooch, just put at Skipper's Aquariums, and I will tag it and we'll ask. Then we'll get it.
I got some questions though I can ask while people are waiting.
Sure.
All your aquariums, like how many aquariums do you have?
It kind of right now at this moment I got 11, but at the
Okay.
most it was about 13.
From
I just tore
75
it down.
to 3, whatever it is.
Oh man, they range all over. Yeah, right now the 75 is the biggest I got, but
Okay.
the 20 high, a bunch of threes, a couple 2.5s, 16, a 6-gallon cube, and a bunch of 10 gallons tanks, and
Nice.
a 40 breeder, and a 32-gallon flex marine salt that I'm
Dabbling.
Like this tank right here took me 5 years to actually get the nerve to put it together and the funds to put all this. Yeah, so over the last 3 years, I've been putting saltwater equipment away and kind of doing a lot of research and trying to wrap my
So
mind
you
around it.
Like running.
No, I got everything. All I need is hardscape and sand. That's all I need. I just bought an RO unit. I got to plumb that up and I got like a lifetime supply of salt. Every time it goes on sale, I'm buying that HW German synthetic stuff from Bulk Resupply. So I've just been watching all the sales and jumping on all the equipment, and I'm ready to rock, man. I got the skimmers and
it's not like salt goes bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm not in a rush to do it. Like I said, I don't want to jump into it and get in over my head and then hate it, you know. So I've been.
I like that because I know one of the things I did with my fish rack was I waited. I didn't rush it.
Right.
So, and that's what, man, I agree with that. Don't rush it because figure out what you want to do, how you want to do it, and take your time to get the stuff for it because, for one, our hobby's not cheap.
Yeah, and don't pay retail for anything because everything goes on sale and there's always other QCOM codes. You can make another email account and log in and then get your 10% first time buying thing. You know, there's other ways to get that code somehow. You know,
save a buck, man. Why not?
Yeah, you know, I actually only shop at places that offer a veterans discount because I want to support those businesses, especially if they're veteran-owned businesses. Then you know they take my business as well. So you know, and like I'm not really claiming dead on arrivals or any of that. Like I'm there to support your business. Like the co-op, like I said, I bought $200 worth of a new Beast and a Petite from there. It was 20 something pots, right? Wow. And I want to say 20% of them are rotten, and I didn't even say nothing. Just
that's kind of how I get, man. You know, because,
they're so cool. I don't want them to see my name and be like, "Oh, this guy's a prick."
This guy's a problem, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? And I know they'll make it right, so I'm not worried. You know, and if I was, I would claim it. But this is not every order is like that. You know, it's just this one time. I actually placed another order and replaced them, so I'm not too worried about it.
I get it because there's a lot of times with them plants that it just happens. Sure. It happened with me on some of the plants I got there. And I did, honestly, I did say something because of Pontigatans. But then I was like, wait a minute, it's a bulb plant. And if it ain't going to come back, it ain't going to come back. It's just how they are.
Sure.
So I just left it go. You know what I mean? But
yeah. Well, all these plants in here are all new to me, so I'm kind of winging it and hoping it works out.
The only issues I ever had with the co-op is because I think I'm just so far away. I'm like across the nation, you know what I mean?
Same here.
Sure.
And sometimes like the shipping, things get caught up in shipping, and it takes like 6 days, 7 days to get here, and then they just don't show up well, and I can't really blame them.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's one of the problems right now is shipping. Like, honestly, shipping is a pain. The heat that we're experiencing right now is fluctuating so much. 1 week you can't do it because it's 90-some degrees, and then the next week may be good. You never know. You really got to watch that weather where you're shipping to too.
That's one thing.
And honestly, maybe picking a place that's closer to you is a better option. You know what I mean? Like that's why I went with Dustin.
If you do next day air, you're going to get it, well, depending on where you live, at least by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But
true.
Doing it like, you know, through the post office, forget about it. You're going to have chowder by the time that fish gets to you. It's going to be fish soup.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about plants, but yeah, fish definitely.
Well, anything. The thing is that it's just the heat. I mean, it was I don't know, it was 97 degrees here today. You know, so you know what, and believe me, I know in the back of a UPS truck, it's about 100.5.
Yeah, if not
more.
Well,
even with plants, it turns to mush when it gets too hot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of these plants don't come in a styrofoam cooler. They're just going to send them in a box.
Yeah. with newspaper and plastic bags or whatever.
Plastic bags, and there might be a little water in it. Otherwise, it's just soaked in wet paper towels.
Yep.
And one thing I noticed about Dustin's fish tanks, and I mean, they all watched shipping and the weather and stuff, but he was really particular about this last order because the holiday weekend with 4th of July and stuff. I had placed order with Buse Plant, Marcus Plants.
Buse is out of what, New York? Is that where they're at?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, but
I think
the co-op,
like upstate New York.
Okay.
I ordered from the co-op as well, all at the same time and at the same day. Like I just kept ordering plants from different people, and they shipped their stuff right away. The co-op and Buse Plant, but Dustin held on to his, and I called like 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on with my order?" And they said, "Oh, it's going to ship out today. We held on to it because of the holiday weekend, and since you're in Montana, we didn't want it sitting somewhere in the heat." So they were.
Yeah.
Like overly cautious of the order, so it was kind of neat, and everything that came in was immaculate. I didn't have any problems.
I actually, man, I got nothing good things to say about Dustin's plants, man. I bought from him a bunch of times, and everything that's ever came in was pretty decent. The only problems I ever had was just something that got roughed up in shipping. You could tell it was that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. That's an unfortunate thing is I got a box. It was beat up one time.
Yeah, it looked like the box was like kicked across the warehouse back and forth.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, exactly.
That was that one with the bush fish in it. Thank God it was an
Oh man!
Because when
Damn.
I got to that bag, there was no water in it.
Wow, it's still alive.
He
made
was
it?
still wet, so it was fine. But oh man, I said, you gotta be
man.
kidding me.
Did he make it? Still alive?
Yeah, it's still in the 55 upstairs.
You know, the other day I had moved a bunch of fish out of the crawl space, and I had one 10-gallon that had a bunch of plants attached to hardscape, and so I was taking the hardscape out to try to catch the fish. There was emerald dwarf rasboras and a couple black tiger badises, and I put the hardscape on the lid that was upside down next to me, and I caught the fish, and I'm going to say about 8 minutes went by. Got all the fish in the bucket, go to put the hardscape back in, and I lift the plant that's full of Anubias, and there's a black tiger Dario laying there on the glass top, and he's been there for 8 minutes, and oh crap, I grab him, toss him back in the water. This son of a bitch starts swimming, and he's perfectly fine. I couldn't believe it.
Probably made him mad.
Well, I think aren't baddest antibiotics, can't they breathe air?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I never see him doing it, so I never thought of that. No,
They're very similar though. Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe it's possible. I don't really know for sure. Someone in chat probably knows.
I will tell you
Black
that
tiger Dario is a cool fish, man.
I get a lot of my fish from the wet spot.
Mhm.
Great shipping. The only thing is, make sure you get that so it's not nowhere near Friday when they're saying they're going to ship it to you. They will call you and ask you when you want it shipped. Just make sure it's not supposed to be there on a Thursday, because if something screws up,
it's not coming till Monday.
It ain't coming till Monday.
I've never been there, but I order from there.
I mean, if you're looking for fish and you can't find it anyplace else, go there.
Hell yeah, they got an awesome selection.
Go there.
A lot.
I'm not
pay for that awesome
downplaying anybody
selection.
else. Dan's got nice stuff, but Dan isn't the wet spot. I mean, the wet spot is I forget the name of their wholesale company, but they're huge. And this is the wet spot is their actual retail operation. So I look at a bunch of different places, but like I said, I've had very good experience with the wet spot.
Did you go there, Skipper, when you were over in Portland?
Terry
went
said,
to the wet
Terry
spot?
Tropical Tank says
Oh,
that Battis
man.
do not have a labyrinth organ, so I would trust him.
Jealous.
Okay, Terry, thank you.
All right, I got to tell you.
So
that
he just lived by sheer anger alone.
Yeah. But no, the wet spot, I was there last year, and I got to see that store when I was in Portland. I could have spent so much money. Like the amount of tanks that they had, it's the ideal like LFS store or whatever that you go into. Like it's all about the fish. You go in, there's so many rows of them. It was ridiculous. But there's so much stuff that you can get there. It's nice. But they have another site that they do a lot of their online stuff with. So they got two.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Doc.
Oh, so their online site is not nothing in their retail.
No,
store.
it's both.
A lot of the inventory says online only. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually both. It depends on the fish. So it depends on the amount that they can get in. It's going to be at the store and at the warehouse. But sometimes if it's just at the store, because when I was in there, kind of like how the that fish place, that pet place, where it says this many sold to go online to get shipped. But Doc has been to the warehouses. I think it was a couple of years ago. I think he went there. But yeah, they got two different sites. So they got
That's awesome.
It's crazy the amount of stuff that they can hold and take care of.
I've never been to Portland. In your opinion, can you get around with a long pickup there? Like, is it one of those cities where it's really like a compact car is pretty much the way to go? Like, can you park and get around with a pickup?
No, Kenny has a truck, like a regular.
Isn't everything out west like spread out?
It's easy to get through.
Don't you guys got land for days?
Yeah, you can drive hundreds of miles without seeing anybody.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Like you get to the Montana. Well, leaving over by the co-op, just recently, you get to the Montana border, and it's like, I want to take a picture either in front or behind you, just as far as you can see highway and no cars. It's like I didn't get the memo, like it's something happened, It's just an odd feeling. Leaving from where it's like,
told you.
just going from literally like 2-3 hours prior to hairpin, knuckle biting, white.
Oh God, that's got to
knuckles. Yeah, it was the wrong time of day to be on the road, and it just ruined our entire trip. So it was almost like you have to, if you live there, you have to really kind of live by the traffic.
Oh yeah, you got to live by the code, man.
Yeah, they got it figured out. I did not.
Code of the road.
Yeah, I'm not a city dude, man. Sorry.
Oh God, sorry.
Oh,
I wish I wasn't. But it's Mad Max every day, from the moment you leave your door to the moment you get back. Swear to God.
I know that feeling.
All I need is a dude on the guitar on the front of my hood, like playing a guitar like nonstop. It would just work.
Yeah, that's cool.
Flames shooting out and everything.
I was just in New Jersey actually visiting my folks and seeing a buddy of mine. And
you're from there originally?
Yep, I was. Yep, right on the coast by Sandy Hook in Middletown. Well, I ended up.
You know where to catch hog chokers?
No.
You know what a hog choker is?
I don't.
Freshwater flounder. Or
really?
I guess you can find them in the streams.
That's cool. I never heard of them, but I sent a bunch of fishing stuff back home to try to get on a boat and do some fishing, but I was kind of disappointed, man. It's not the same as when I was growing up, I guess.
Never is, man.
Yeah. I just remember it being so different, man. Freedom. And go there now and it's all posted. You can't even park or get your launch. You can't get anywhere to access the lakes. It's, to see a house and I'm like, oh man, this is sweet. It's for sale. Let me look it up real quick. And looks like I can pull that off, right? And Google realestate.com, whatever, you get on Zillow and it's like 2.5 million. You'll be like, God damn it. What are you talking about?
This is like a little ranch I grew up in, man. What the hell happened?
Yeah, yes.
So I got some stuff to ask you because we got about 10 minutes till Susie Q.
Oh, Susie Q.
Oh, Susie Q. All right. Your bucket list fish, if you had the space, what would you want to keep?
I've been dreaming about these German Wonder snankers for a long time, and I always had my eye on the Shodanai Congo spotted puffer.
Yeah.
But
those are cool.
that's I don't. Once I get the 40 breeder up, maybe that's where I'll go with that. But for now, I just got my eyes set on these German Wonders, and I can't.
What is a German Wonder? Is that a discus?
If you Google it right now, it's to me it seems like the most attractive looking one.
It's a strain. It's got a wild look to it. It's got a lot of the stress bars, but it has also got a lot of that blue flame look across the forehead.
Sounds like a girl I knew.
I've only.
Oh, they're nice.
That sounds cool though.
Yeah, I seen them first at Hans back, 3 years ago or something, and now, like Paul was saying, he went the different route, and the only place I've seen him is at that Snanker Discus USA, and the only reason I know about that is because Paul told me about it recently. So.
Ah.
Yeah, man, they are something, and I figure if I can keep them, I can keep pretty much anything.
Myrtle Beach has them
the...
too, Snooch. Myrtle Beach Discus has them too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So if tank space didn't matter, because I was looking for the extreme bucket list fish.
Yeah.
What would you want?
I got. Yeah. Every once in a while, when I'm bored, I'll Google up the Clear Fabrications Inc. Facebook page, and I start trying to dabble around in my mind, putting together 240. My dream tank is a 240 gallon with like an arrow on it, an arowana or something big like that, But
gotcha.
I gotta sweet talk to wife a little bit, maybe a couple more coach purses before.
One of those arowanas that you need certain papers to get in the country. Those kind of arowanas.
Yeah, right. I'm not that far from Canada. I gotta make friends with a couple of them guys.
Just don't put it on YouTube or anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I wonder how many people
Not that I can
would be willing to
whatsoever.
Yeah, smuggle fish across the border. That'd be great. That's what I need, right?
Going to jail like for high crimes.
Right,
fish,
right. I'd be that sensitive guy in prison getting destroyed by everybody.
The white guy, right. Man.
Right, back tattooed full of naked ladies. Yeah, it's funny, man. This has been fun. It's been cool getting to know you guys over the last couple of years.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate all the advice, and seriously, I lean on you guys for a lot, and it's cool. Thanks.
What do? We share.
That's it, man.
Yeah, we all go through different experiences. We all got different water. Now I'm looking at 2 barbatus getting ready to spawn in front of me. I don't know why, but it's like I saw a squirrel. But
squirrel.
I mean that's what we do. We like to help each other out. What works for us may work for you, or it may not.
Yeah.
All you can do is try. You got to figure out your own way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Speaking of that, do you have a resource that you like to rely on, whether it's like a book or online something or other, that if you got an issue, problem, where you go?
I go right to YouTube, and I do have several books that I kind of flip through, on diseases and things that I picked up along the way. But really, YouTube and asking the co-op forum. But the forum sometimes, I'll poke around there. But
yeah, but you got like 1 or 2 guys that answer the same question every single way, and it's kind of annoying. Trust me, I've been there.
Yeah. I don't do too much on there. I haven't really gone there in about a year or so. But for the most part, I just YouTube and I just kind of find people that are doing it and pick their brains. Like right now, I'm always reaching out to Ian Atkins, Nature's Aquariums, and Gina answered a bunch of questions for me, and the Misfit Brandon got me onto some stuff too for saltwater. Just different reef therapy channels, 52 weeks of reefing from Bulk Root Supply, things like that they turned me on to, just kind of like reference those. So right now I'm kind of digging into the salt world and trying to.
Somebody told me that 52 weeks of reefing thing, you might want to skip ahead to the end where you find out the whole project fails.
Oh, wow. No shit.
I think somebody told me that. I can't remember that.
Yeah. I'll definitely.
Somebody said they were doing the 50. Oh, I'm just going to follow this. And then you don't find out to the end that it just didn't work. Like, oh, Jesus. Really?
Yeah.
You think they would have edited that? Or what?
You think. So now you got to.
I'm not sure. I haven't watched it, but yeah, check it out, man.
If that's true, it's like, oh man, you got to figure out
what a troll, right?
Well, it's good to learn from, and I really learn a lot from like the setups and how to tune like the different equipment and things. It's kind of over my head. I feel like I need a PhD before I jump into it.
Honestly, I've been running my saltwater tank for almost 3 years now, and I feel like I'm still over my head, and I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, right. It just seems like you just gotta jump into it and get your hands.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Just go for it.
We know.
Kill some fish.
We all know this guy. Yeah, we all know this guy, Bob Kaler. He actually uses hang-on back filters on his saltwater tanks.
That's cool.
Well, I'd like to let you know that I have a hang on the back on my saltwater.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need that extravagant, that $5
canister, system, whatever.
I've had people tell me that canisters were holding their nitrates and not to use them, but then you follow like Simple Aquariums, that Australian woman, she does it all, canister filters, so it just kind of like,
but that
you
makes
take a little bit of knowledge.
No sense. Like, if you think about it, like physically, right, or whatever, and chemically, like that's not possible, right?
You're removing it. Yeah, you're getting just.
I'm just saying that the canister wouldn't hold the nitrates, right? If anything, the nitrates would be in the entire water column. They wouldn't just be in the canister.
I got
right, because the water's moving.
Yeah.
And it's a byproduct. Right? It's like a waste product to them, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough. I'm just thinking. Sometimes my mouth moves before my brain does. So.
Is that the new? Well, is that the new issue?
This is March, April. But if you're going to get anything, this is like the best freshwater fish magazine you can get. It's loaded with information. It's not written, it's, you're not going to be like, what the hell are they talking about? I don't understand a single word they said. They do it in plain English. So it's a good resource. I mean, I've got all of mine, and you don't throw these things away.
No, they're great.
Yeah.
Amazon.
I had a stack of them on my toilet, and my old lady I seen them in the garage. I'm like,
no.
Damn it.
Here's the May-June one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say one just came in recently. And,
it's around here someplace. I think I have it upstairs.
That means June, July is coming soon, right?
Yeah.
Or July, August. I mean.
So is anybody interested in going out to Oktoberfest this year? You guys making it over to Portland?
Fishtoberfest?
Fishtoberfest, October. I'm stupid.
Yeah, no, I knew what you meant, but same idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I do Oktoberfest every year, but I don't,
No, I'm thinking about making it over there this year. I really was in a kind of a struggle last year, making the decision whether to go or not. And I should have, but I ended up going hunting with my son instead.
Yeah,
but this
a better option.
Yeah, we drew a tag, and it was kind of like, damn. But this year we didn't draw no tag, so I might end up seeing a lot of you guys around. Maybe,
you will enjoy it. It was fun last year.
Nice.
You got to go to Kenny's, the Daniken house.
Just don't let Kenny handle any tools.
That's
part of the entertainment, isn't it?
It's like fireworks. Yeah, it is. I mean, because he can hurt himself with just about anything.
There you go.
But no, honestly, if you do it, get with them. They'll bring you over to their house, and you'll have a great time. And you get to see all their tanks. It's amazing.
And you can't ask for better people, honestly.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Looking forward to it. Sounds like a good time.
The hospitality is awesome.
Yeah, that's the closest fish event or show or expo or anything like that comes around. I'm pissed I missed Dan's. Did you guys hear anything about Dan's open house he had recently?
I didn't hear about it. I'm not sure.
I've been kind of looking to see it.
Wasn't Steven on a road trip recently? Wasn't he doing his rounds? Was he there? I'm sure he's got some footage he's going to.
It was like the first week.
Video
or whatever he's putting out. I don't know.
I wanted to go to it because that'd have been awesome to see that new setup like that. Just to get, you can learn so much. You get a bunch of ideas there, But
how far is that from you, Snooch?
Not far at all. Like maybe 10 hours or less. 8.5. Maybe.
An hour,
No.
that ain't far.
No, I got some buddies. I got some really close friends that live in Wyoming too, and I could have made a trip out of it. It was like 2 weekends ago, and we had too much going on here at the house, and I couldn't make it. And I've been talking about that for a while, asking him when is he going to have the open house, because I was really looking forward to that. It just didn't work out with the dates, and maybe if he does another one, I get to make it over there and meet you guys. But
Yeah.
so.
No, it's always
No,
a good time.
that would have been. Oh, he says they didn't go. It was last week. He was in Colorado with Bex and Kyle, and it was the week before.
Ah, okay.
But that would have been something to go to, just to see that setup.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did it for 4th of July.
that's right.
Yeah.
It was that first week. Yeah.
Had too much going on that week.
I'm looking forward to hearing about it, if any of you guys went to it.
But all right, we got a minute left. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, watching this show. It's been a great one. It was nice having you as a guest, Snoochie.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it, Skipper.
I want
Appreciate
to thank
everybody.
Paulie and Jason for being the co-host tonight. Everybody in chat, lurkers, and moderators for doing their thing. We got Susie Q up next. If one of the mods could put that up there, I had it up there earlier, but if one of y'all could put it in the chat for everybody so you can go over and say hi.
Thanks,
All right.
man. Appreciate that.
Everybody have a good night.
You guys take care.
Fresh, Chief.
Thanks for coming out.